Love their mom, right? You love your mama? I know you love your mama. You came with. Hey, my brother in the knowledge, you love your mama, right?
Mama's deceased.
I'm saying you still love her, right? What about you, my brother?
I love my mama every day.
Okay. Hey, hold this real quick. I want you to you get on this side real quick. Keep the screen up. Read Colossians 2:8 again. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Because here's the thing in the Bible. God tells us, the Israelites, since y'all ever heard of us being the children of Israel? Nobody. Now, nobody never heard that before? Us being the children of Israel?
Yeah.
Okay. In Deuteronomy 28, it said that God chose the people who will go into cargo slave ship. And that happened. All people picking cotton. Now we get all the way to the New Testament. Paul was telling the black brothers and sisters in Colossae, that's the book of Colossians, not to do traditions of man, right? Read that again real quick. Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man, it said, read it slowly. Beware lest any man, not God, any man, keep that in your mind, any man, read, spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, not of God, of men, not of God, of men. Now, Paul was telling the Negroes in Rome, in Colossae, different parts in like Thessalonica. Right. We can't do traditions of man. Now, I'll give somebody any type of money to tell me, to show me that Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, New Year's Eve, Christmas. I'll give y'all money if y'all can tell me that God says that's okay to do. Because here's the thing, we all do birthdays, right? But Google Satanic Bible. And guess what Satan says though? He said the highest form of Satan worship is when someone worships themselves. You know. That's where you get birthdays from. Right. You get people from all on Facebook you ain't never talked to in years. Hey, my brother, happy birthday. Hey, my sister, happy birthday. Hey, this and that. You like, I ain't spoken to them in 20 years. Right. Why? Because it's a spirit of idolatry. You're worshiping yourself. And here's the thing. Move back. That's where we get this from. Because I asked all you men, hey, brother, who is this right here? Huh? God. He said, that's God. What about you, sis? Who's this? Be honest. What you think, my brother?
He's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be. What you say?
I say he ain't God.
You say he ain't. You sound unsure though.
You sound sure he ain't God.
Now, what? Come back. You. Come on, read it again. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. After the tradition of, because traditions in TV, on artwork, they said that this is Jesus the Christ. This damn demon ain't nowhere in the Bible. Right. It tells you he's black in the Bible though. That's right. That's why we do. Guess what we learned Mother's Day at? And we gonna prove it. Now, I want you to read this. But let's see when Mother's Day originated and who did it. Read to the top of that part right there.
Is Mother's Day a pagan holiday?
Watch.
The pagan origins.
The question was, is Mother's Day a pagan holiday? Question mark. The writer said what?
The pagan.
So that means it is pagan. But let's read on.
The pagan origins of Mother's Day dates back to the ancient Greeks.
Oh, wait a minute. Who were the ancient Greeks? What race of people? You ever heard of Alexander the Great in high school? His real name in the Bible is Alexander the Greek. What color was he? He was white, wasn't he? Read on.
Dates back to the ancient Greeks during their yearly spring festival.
Wait a minute. God said during their festival. God said we can't do Mother's Day. It said at the tradition of man, not after God. That's where we get Mother's Day from, because white folks told us to do that.
Bring it out.
Bring it up. Come on back up. Where you at?
I'm with Malachi.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Meaning people of other races gonna teach you about Christ. They'll tell you the traditions of man about Christ. And that's nowhere in the Bible, because we listen to white Jesus. That's not God. Read you got. I want you to go.
Dates back to the ancient Greeks during their yearly spring festival that paid tribute to maternal goddesses.
Wait a minute. They paid tribute to who?
Maternal goddesses.
Maternal goddesses. These are women that want to be gods on the earth. So when you pay tribute to Mother's Day, same thing with Father's Day. It ain't just the mothers. We ain't beating up on the mothers. It's Father's Day. All these European holidays, they got origins behind it. But we just sit back and be like, oh, thank you, baby. I love the flowers and the candy. And you taking me to Red Lobster, eating nasty shrimp that God says don't eat. Because God says that tradition is pagan.
That's right.
We didn't say it. God says it. But here's the thing. We got to get him out of our head. It's time to revamp your spirit. Read Revelation 1:14. Because here's the thing. Jesus Christ is a black man. We're going to prove it.
Right.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
You could tell we under heavy witchcraft as a people. We have an image of this dude, and it's nowhere in the damn Bible.
That's right.
Bring it out.
But our people still think that Jesus, because we think white is right. White is pure. Hell no. We're going to tell you what the real true God looks like in this Bible. Revelation chapter 1.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it out.
His head,
Read verse 1.
verse 1, the revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now, we just told y'all about the mother goddess of Mother's Day. You can't honor your mother and serve her. You're only supposed to be servant to one person. Who is that? God. Here's the thing. Give me that in Colossians, honor your mother and the father. Colossians 6, verse 1. Hey, all y'all coming up, we going over Mother's Day in the color of Jesus. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Sister, taking pictures. Read what you got.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1.
We going over Mother's Day. It's pagan. You don't supposed to celebrate Mother's Day. If you really love your mama, honor her every damn day.
That's right.
Say, Mama, I love you. I thank you for bringing me in this world. Blah 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 blah. Why you gotta wait till a one day to say I love you? And let me tell you what I did though. Can I give y'all experience of my Mother's Day way back then when I used to do it? I used to have in my head, right? It's so wrong with me to not. That's the only day I tell my mama I love her.
Right.
I said, damn, man. Back then, I'm saying it right now. Back then, that's the only time I say happy birthday. Even though you don't supposed to celebrate birthday, I'm talking about back in the world when I used to be in the world. Don't y'all sign that? All right. That's the only day I say I love my mama. That means you don't really love your mama. Read what you got. Watch it.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. Children,
It said, children,
obey your parents in the Lord.
wait a minute. If mama tell you to celebrate her day, you are not serving the Lord. You serving her. God said you supposed to obey her in the Lord. Because your mama's supposed to be like, why the hell you serving me? You serve the Lord.
Get out.
Like don't be, and I know how certain people do too. They'll be like, well, I ain't gonna tell them to say Happy Mother's Day. I'm gonna tell them to say Happy Born's Day. Maybe that'll work. I still get my presents and everything. But even though these brothers in purple came all the way down here and gave us some scriptures in the Bible, but baby, come on to the house. You already know she know how to cook your favorite food. Look at mama, you know how to cook too, don't you, sis? Watch it, read it in.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
Now, how do y'all be in the Lord? It said, obey them in the Lord. For to show you, John chapter 14, you love me? John 15 and 14, 15. Watch this. This is how you love.
John chapter 14, verse 15.
Come on.
If ye love me,
If you love the Lord, it said, obey your parents in the Lord. Christ said, if you love me, what?
Keep my commandment.
I need a commandment that say honor my mother in the Bible. If somebody showed me that, we'll just pack up and leave. It's not in there.
That's right.
You learn that from the pagan Greek goddesses.
Bring it out.
For example, it's a sidebar. New Year's Eve. Who know the origins of New Year's Eve? Okay, New Year's Eve going into what month? No. She's trying to be deep. We know New Year's really in April. We know that. I'm talking about our people that think the New Year's is December 31st, right? Right? January is a Greek god called Janus.
Bring it out.
Don't believe nothing I say. Just look it up. He got two heads. He got one for the future, one for the past. What do we make New Year's resolution on? What do we say? We gonna leave the stuff we did in 2022, and I'm gonna be a whole new me in 2023.
Right. What y'all don't understand is
y'all worshiping other gods.
Bring it out.
Y'all can look up. That's just a sidebar though. Read it again.
Where the hell did you get it from?
Ephesians 6:1. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
Meaning they have to be keeping God's
Commandments. Now, sis.
You said something that really irks me, and he's unsure too. Let's see how Jesus looked. Revelation 1:14. Let's go back up. Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. Read what you got.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Hold on. I'm on the phone there. I ain't gonna take long to do that. Read verse 1. Don't worry about it.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
But now, this time about Jesus, right? You agree? You go to church too, right?
I used to, but I don't go to
But you
church.
said you're a Baptist or something, right?
No, I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian. God said, John, I'm gonna reveal something to you. That's what revelation means, to reveal. You got the word reveal in it.
Right.
Read it in.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, I see Bama quoted that. Did you just quote that? Your mouth moved a little bit. You knew that scripture, right? What's the next verse say? Because here's my point. We listen to a lot of older generation and they're young. That's the only verse they remember. His head is white like wool. That's it. But something in your mind said, okay, that can't be this devil right here. He got a little streaky hair. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it out.
Wool is nappies. Look at the sheep. You ever seen a black sheep? You ever seen a black sheep before? I know everybody's seen the white sheep. The sheep, like a lamb, like sheep. That's a black sheep. He said, his hair and his head like wool. That's a black man, but we don't stop. We need to go. We need to keep reading, mama. That's why I say it's sort of like Christian church. I always throw John 3:16 out. They don't remember what 15 and 14 said.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Now what? Read it again. Come on up.
His head and his hairs were white like wool,
Come on.
as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, Christ drunk, go to give me the prophecy in Genesis 49. Christ drunk wine in moderation. You read the Bible, don't you, mama? What did the scribes and Pharisees call Jesus? They called him a wine bibber, meaning he drunk wine. They lied and said he was drunk. He wasn't never drunk though, because it's a sin to get drunk. It is a sin. Now, it said Christ's eyes were red like fire. Let's see what that means. Read on. Genesis chapter, this is way back in Genesis, where it was prophesied of Jesus the Christ. Read.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
With what?
With wine.
So go back. They say his eyes gonna be red, just like our eyes. When we get a little tipsy on some wine, some liquor a little bit, our eyes get red. But we don't supposed to get drunk though, because he never got drunk. He sipped some wine. That's why when John seen him, he said his eyes look like What?
Like a what?
as a flame of fire.
As a flame of fire. Read on.
And his feet.
Wait a minute. See, that mama, that's why you got to keep reading down. It said, Jesus Christ's feet
Like unto fine brass.
Now, what color is brass? It's brown, like a bronze color, right? You can look up, just type in your phone, type burnt brass, because John said his feet look like brass. Keep on reading.
As if they burn.
You gotta read that slow.
As if they burn in a furnace.
What his feet look like?
As if they burn in a furnace.
Just look up burnt brass and see what color. You can put anything in a microwave or a stove or anything to burn it. What color would it be? Black.
That's right.
So, how do we know? Hey, my brother, come here, come close. You stop right there. Now, Christ is what color? Read it again.
And his feet like unto fine brass,
Brown.
as if they burn in a furnace.
Dark brown. He said it look brown, but it look like it's burnt in the furnace. He's a black man.
That's right.
So where are we getting honor thy mother and on tomorrow for? You got that from the devil.
Get out.
He said a great pagan goddess made that up. And we up here following that stuff and think we ain't gonna get judged. Mama, you know we gotta get judged, right? So what color is Jesus Christ? That's your daughter, because she said Caucasian in front of you. Right here. What's your name?
Anna, I said they say he was Caucasian.
What you say?
I know he ain't white. I know that.
What we just read. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. You're gonna go home. You're gonna go look on TV, the internet. What y'all be on? TikTok?
Talking about y'all.
Yeah. Oh, what you mean, y'all? You don't be on TikTok? You 23 years old.
Y'all do too.
No. We be on there for edification purposes.
That's right.
What we doing right now? We do it on TikTok.
That's
We
right.
do it on YouTube.
Instagram.
We do it on Instagram.
Yep.
That's why we on there. Y'all on there for some filth. We already know the thing. God said you can't let none of that stuff inside your mind. And what's gonna happen is TikTok gonna tell you Happy Mother's Day.
Right.
The radio, Happy Mother's Day.
Bring it out. Church.
The church, Happy Mother's Day.
School.
The school, Happy Mother's Day. And it's gonna see, you gonna think that's the right thing to do. What God said,
Make cars.
give me y'all, don't follow the multitude. That's what I need.
That's
Cause here's the thing, you have to think, everybody going this way, is that the right way? Cause everybody going that way? I'm asking you.
Hey, don't follow multitude.
Find it real quick. If everybody going this way, everybody think it's the right way, right? If all the people you know in your family celebrate Mother's Day, what you think you gonna do? But let's see what God says.
Exodus chapter 23 verse 2.
Come on.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Mother's Day ain't in the Bible.
That's right.
God said you can't follow a multitude. You know how God said you got to be separate? You got to go that way.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.